J.D. Delay, Mr. J.D. Delay. I love your content. I agree 110% with your content. Pedophiles or people that mess with children should be, let me say this so it can't be blacked or striped, or they should be unalived. Yeah. I agree with you, sir. Dead pedos do not re-offend. Nee. But I know you're a criminal there. I've never been in jail. Nee. Yes, I've been in jail, but I've been on the right side of the bars. Now, I've never been in the cage side or the wrong side like you, sir. There, but I agree with you. Now, there in America, more or less, the age. Okay, let's start. In America, you've got grades. Grade 1, grade 2, grade 3 in the school systems. So, here where I live in South Africa, we had standards. Standard 1, standard 2. So, if I say standard 6, standard 7, that means it's in your grading system, it's grade 13, grade 14, more or less. I can't remember the exact year's name. But the one day, I saw a child, a boy, a child, a boy. He was sitting there on his own, crying. He cried. He had tears in his eyes and tears over his cheeks. And while he sat there, the other children from the school there laughed at him. The children were ugly. Sorry, I'm an South African. I speak Afrikaans. I can't put this really into the English language now. But now when I saw that child, that boy, same as my age. I'm not going to name his name. While the other kids were bullying him and laughing at him because he's crying, I went and sat down next to him and told him, listen, man, don't cry. You are a man. Even though you're a child, you're a boy, you're not a girl. And he told me something there, and I never knew. I did not know. I did not know it there. That a boy can be sexually raped or molested, or I did not know that. I mean, I was also a child. I was just 13, 14 years. And what happened to this child shocked me to my core. Because I did not know that it can happen to a boy. I thought that it can only happen to girls. Because, I mean, we as boys, we as men, we have a dick. You've got a dick. And I did not realize, I did not know that ugly things can happen to little boys, to little men. Now the first shock was when I sat down to him and told him, ignore the children that's laughing at you and bullying you. Ignore them. Tell me what's wrong. That was the first shock. When he told me, you cannot help. And I did not realize it that time. I mean, I'm still a child. Was a child that time. And I put my arm around his shoulder there. And told him, please, if you don't want to tell me, you don't have to tell me. And he told me, you cannot help. And he told me something. Is that his uncle, his father's brother, was busy sexually raping him, molestate, what do you call it, molesteer. But that was what was happening in that house. And I told that child, go tell your mother and your father. And with those tears in his eyes, he looked at me and told me, they don't believe me. My mother and my father do not believe that this uncle is busy doing sexual things to me. No, I couldn't understand it at that time. I mean, I was also a child, 13, 14 years old. I could not understand this. And he made me promise not to talk about anyone about this. The things he told me, yeah, we'll keep it at that now. I'm not going to name it. So I finished school, went to the army, joined the army, see the world, meet interesting people and kill them, you know. And then when I decided I'm finished with the army, when the stupid Mamparas of South Africa came and fucked up everything, I could not get a release from the army. Even though I put in my resignation, they told me, you are under contract. Yeah, and I had to negotiate. Eventually, I said, okay, go to jail, be a CO, correctional officer. Yeah, in South Africa. Yeah, and they sent me there to Cape Town, to the castle, that side. Now in South Africa, we've got gangs, the 26s, the 27s, and the 28s, and the Air Force, American Air Force, and the Big Five gangs. I said, I must be a CO, correctional officer, for 18 months, and then they will release me from my contract. Then I can go back to civilian life and be a fuck up, whatever I want to do. But yeah, the fuck ups there in jail. I was there for 7 months in jail. And I wrote a letter and said, this is my resignation. Goodbye. I said, hey man, you can't resign. You're still under contract of the government, of the South African government. You can't go. And I told him, listen, I'm finished. I said, well, then we're going to lock you up. I said, well, what I've seen in jail there, go lock me up there. Because I'm going to fucking kill every fucking motherfucker in jail. I'm going to clean the jail. I'm going to fucking slaughter those sick motherfuckers in jail there. So send me to jail. But fuck you, I'm finished. I'm not going to be a correctional officer anymore. Ne? And I never knew, I never knew that a man, a boy, a little boy, can be raped and molested. I don't know. I didn't grow up in a house like that, but I never knew that that could happen. So I will join you, my friend. I'm not as tattooed as you. I've not seen what you've seen. The things I've seen is here upside my head. I don't keep it here in front. I put it there to the back. But I will help you kill all the fucking pedophiles and kill all the rapists and women beaters and child molesters. I will help you with that. We put them in a wood chipper. Feet first, my friend. Feet first in a wood chipper. But thank you, JD Delay, for spreading awareness. I keep quiet about this. Because here inside my heart, I've been broken. Here inside the head, I've also been broken. I put those things at the back of my head. But I know. When I was a child, I did not know. I know now. And I agree with you 110%, my friend. Thank you for the good work you are doing. Wood chipper, feet first. They do not re-offend when they're dead. Cheers, my friend. Greetings from South Africa.